Dear students, welcome to video series on Java programming. In this video series, we are covering the practicals on object-oriented programming using Java. Today we will be talking about programs on classes and objects. The prerequisites for this practical are functions, structure and method overloading. Functions you have already seen in C programming language. Functions are nothing but they are group of instructions that are going to have certain name, and later on wherever you want to execute that group, you are going to call that function. Next to that is structure. Structure is nothing but it is a collection of elements of dissimilar type. Method overloading is a new thing wherein a single method name can be used more than once in a same program, and there is one condition that the number and type of parameters they are to be different. Now let me ask you few questions. What is this? And this one? And this one? Okay. All of you are able to identify the names, that this is an apple, this is a mango, and these are the grapes, and you can easily identify the category that these all things are fruits. This is because you have been taught from your childhood about these all things, and you know that they are going to have certain properties, and accordingly you can categorize them. Like if I put a new item here, suppose brinjal, I'll never categorize it inside this fruits category. Let us take a look at one more example. What is this? Yes, it's a dog, and this one, it's a cat. And what is the class for these two? The class for these two is, no doubt it is animal. So how can you now again identify that these two things, means a cat and a dog, belong to the category of animals? This is because again you are learning about their specific properties, their behavior from your childhood. Now if I add here and suppose a tiger, then you can further easily identify or can categorize it as a wild animal. So based upon the behavior and based upon the properties that a particular thing carries out, we can easily categorize the objects. Let us have a look at the theoretical definition about classes. Classes are nothing but they are the collection of classes. You can even call them as a template or a blueprint that describes the behavior state that object of its type support. Now let us talk about what exactly is a blueprint. Say you are having a plan of a house ready with you. This can be considered as a blueprint. The plan that you have here can be considered as a blueprint, and once this blueprint is ready, then you can work out and you can create as many houses as you want. So you can create either one or two, or you can go with many more. So the thing that you need to understand here is that whenever you are having a blueprint with you, you can create as many houses as you want. In the same manner, once the class is ready with you, you can create as many objects as you want. Now let us discuss more about state and behavior. Hello, I am a student. Let us see my state and behavior. Let me explain this with this diagram. What you can see, you are having a class for student, and for the student class you have state and you have behaviors. Now what comes under state? Under state you can find name is there, age, class, gender, you are having behavior, and under that you are having eating, drinking, and so many things. So if you want to represent the class student, it can be represented by combining state and behavior together. State is nothing but it is going to be a collection of dissimilar types, and you can even call them variables. Whereas behavior is nothing but it is going to be a collection of the operations, the actions being carried out by the student. Like the student can appear for the examination, student can have result, and you can calculate the result. So these all are the behaviors related with the student, whereas these all are the variables that are related with the students, and we are calling them states and behavior. Now let us look on the other side of this diagram, wherein we are having the objects. Once your blueprint for student is ready, you can create as many objects as you want. So here you can find we are having three objects, namely John, Sophia, and Lily. In order to distinguish between each and every object, the state is helpful. Like say the state of John is, the name is John, age is 12, color is fair, and the gender is male. If you want to distinguish it between in between Sophia and John, then again the state of Sophia is useful. The state says name is Sophia, age is 10, color is fair, and gender is female. The same manner the behavior also varies a little bit. As you can see, John eats more, drink more, and runs fast, whereas Sophia eat less, drink less, and runs slow. So likewise, we have seen two things here. One is state of the object, another is behavior. State is helpful in identifying the objects, whereas behavior corresponds to the actions being carried out by the particular object. Now let us have a syntax for classes in Java. You need to have modifier, and next to that we are going to use the keyword class, and next to that name of the class. Then opening curly bracket. Then comes a collection of fields, constructors, and next to that you are going to have method declarations, and it ends with a closing curly bracket. Now let us take our favorite example of dog, and let us create a class called as dog. Public is your modifier, class is a keyword, dog is the name of the class, and these all are the states. These all are the variables that are related with the dog class. Whereas barking, hungry, and sleeping, these are the methods that are related with the dog. Let us now talk about object. Object is nothing but it is an instance of a class. You can even call it as a variable of the class. Objects are also going to have state and behavior. Just like now we have seen the example of dog. The dog is going to have states, namely color, name, and breed, whereas the behavior is barking and eating. Now the question comes, how to create objects. Once your blueprint of the class is ready, then you can create objects as per your requirement. So let us create a new class called as dog test, and inside this we'll be having a main method, and in main method we are going to create an object called Tommy for the class dog. We need to write class name followed by object name equal to new followed by name of the class and brackets. This is what is actually known as calling constructor for the dog class. Next to that, using the object we can call the method barking for the Tommy object. How to access the members? For accessing members, we need to use object name and dot operator. For accessing instance variables also we can use the same thing. Dot operator is required whenever you want to refer to any element from the class. So here when I say Tommy.barking, I am actually calling the method barking inside the dog class for the object Tommy. Now let us have a look at the assignment that you need to carry out on this. We have discussed about the state, behavior, the syntax, and all those things about classes and objects. Now with this much knowledge, you are going to create an assignment wherein we are going to have a bank account class, and for this you are going to implement the deposit and withdraw methods. Let me tell you the expected output for this assignment. You are going to ask the user to enter account number, customer name, and balance, and once the user enters this information, in the next half, you are going to give 4 choices to the user, namely deposit, withdraw, display balance, and exit. And depending on the choices being entered by the user, you are going to carry out various operations. Like here, for example, if the user enters the choice 1 for deposit, then in that case, we are going to ask the user to enter an amount, and whichever amount he or she enters, we are going to add it to the current balance. So this is going to be your assignment. But before proceeding with the actual assignment, let us have a look at a practical demonstration of a student class, creation of student class. And apart from that, you can even work out with these all assignments also, like creation of complex number, employee, date class, and point class. But before proceeding with these all assignments, I would like you to request to watch the next video, which is going to be on demonstration on creation of a student class in Java. Thanks for watching this video.